picture or are we in?
I'm talking to Cliff right now.
Oh, do you want to? Well, dude, you should probably get in here real quick. Oh, we have masks. Well, we can get one without a mask. Yeah, we can do that too. Yeah. Real quick. Right. Ready for the game tonight?
Testing.
You didn't see Bo here, did you?
Yeah, I did see Bo. I seen Bo.
You know,
Put this right here. My phone's gonna die, man.
we got correct. To get through everything. So. Yeah. Did you see Jay here?
Yeah, I think Jay, yeah. Seen him. I glanced over.
He'd be
you're right there in the middle.
He'd be in Yorktown. Okay, he'd be in Cage down there.
So we can go ahead and go down a while. Yeah, we're gonna bring you in at halftime and get that camera out too. Okay, so we'll talk about it a little bit more. Yeah, of course. Yep.
We got 15. Ready for this, dude? Big game, man.
Ready, Fred? I guess we're gonna go down.
I hope this lives up.
I think it will.
What's his name again? Gary.
SMG.
What's it from? SMG? Yep. And this is local?
Yeah, it's local. Yup. He's up. Come on. Well, go there. I'll be down in a second. Oh no, just hold on 1 second. Yo, Jared. Yo, Jared. Princeton, right?
Yes, sir.
Princeton, Seymour Good Academy, or the Seymour Good Foundation. That's what I know. Okay. All right. I say Gottinger.
So Jared's going to be part of the halftime?
Yeah, he'll be part of the halftime, yeah. We'll do a quick little interview with him.
Okay.
Share.
Are you sharing that right now? They did that? Oh, if we had thousands for the York High and Central, imagine what the nice game would be. Super. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's real good.
York Panthers. Several announcements before we get started that need your attention. Sudden cardiac arrest is the leading killer of student athletes in the U.S. each year. District 3 and the Peyton Walker Foundation have partnered to make SCA awareness a top priority this year. The foundation provides free heart screenings for students and athletes.
How you doing?
District 3 schools to detect undiagnosed heart conditions in an effort to save young lives. Additionally, automated external defibrillator machines, known as AEDs, have proven to save the lives of those affected by sudden cardiac arrest. We ask your attention to the following statement. The nearest AED machine is located at the trainer's room in the hallway. Thank you for your attention to this important matter.
Okay. All right, Todd, you got it.
York Adams Interscholastic Athletic Association is emphasizing good sportsmanship from its coaches, players, and fans. This contest is being played for the benefit of the student athletes of these schools. No signs, banners, or noisemakers are permitted. All spectators are asked to remain seated during play. Any spectator, by their actions or behavior, interfering with this contest will be removed from the gymnasium. Thank you for your cooperation.
Good evening, sports fans. Coming to you live tonight from Central York High School here in York, Pennsylvania. It's Todd Edwards standing alongside my broadcast partner, Dew Jones, for another exciting night of YAIAA basketball action. A big showdown tonight for our fans at home, featuring the Red Lion Lions, who are undefeated, come in here to Central with a 6-0 mark, taking on the Central York Panthers, who are 3-0, and we witnessed a big win this past Tuesday at York High. Do welcome aboard here, first of all, partner.
Okay, I'm going to start off by taking off my mask for a couple minutes here. We are practicing social distancing and also playing it safe. But yeah, this is going to be a great game tonight. Red Lion versus Central York. I mean, this is the matchup that we didn't really predict early in the season, but Red Lion's primed to, go out here and give a good run. And they're in Central York's home gym tonight, so it should be a really good game.
Home gym, and really it doesn't quite feel like a home court advantage here with a sparse crowd. Only home fans are allowed in this game tonight for Central. There are maybe about 100 fans here behind us on the bleachers. Of course, Red Lion, they're led by 6'6" senior Devontae Dennis. He's here. Mason Uri, 6'7", junior as well. AJ Verrata, a 3-year starter, point guard for Red Lion. And of course, Central, we know Central's resume as well. They're deep.
Yeah, as you said, Red Lion has 3 players that average double digits. Central York right now has 4 players that average double digits, so it should be a very close matchup. I expect a fast, up-paced game. you know, looking at the tape about Central, you know that they like to run. So, you know, I know Redline's ready for that type of tempo of a game.
And under new first-year coach Jeff Hoke, he mentioned that his goal is to score 25 points each quarter. It'll be interesting if they can do this against this tough Red Lion team tonight. First time they started out 6-0, the best record since 2007 for the Red Lion Lions tonight, and it should be interesting. We mentioned Devontae Dennis has some Division I scholarship opportunities in football. I'm sure tonight and even this season, he's possibly looking for a Division I basketball offer. How about it, Duke?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's a two-way player. He can play football, but as I said before, we mentioned him last week. We're just giving the fans a preview. Devontae Dennis is a basketball player. So, you know, you're going to see him on full display tonight doing his thing. And I also want to mention when we said about the double digits that Central York also has been using the running clock the last 3 games. So, you know, the fourth quarter, they pretty much sit their starters and they go ahead and look with their second unit, and there's a running clock going on. So they could average more than that 87 points that they actually have right now.
And we saw them put 87 up at York High, and you're right, they could have easily scored over 100 points this past Tuesday. It's a double feature for us, of course, this week, too, as this is our second and final broadcast for this week. We'll be back next week, a full slate of games. You can check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Like us, follow us. Our whole season schedule is up, and, of course, really that's going to change probably from week to week based on the season we're in with COVID-19.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the next game we have coming up next is York High versus Columbia, a team out of the Lancaster Lebanon League. We haven't featured any teams out there yet, so Columbia will be the first game. But as you said tonight, it's all about Redline versus versus Central York. I mean, I think they match up very well. Central's very deep, but you know, Redline's in here tonight to prove an upset, to be honest with you, Todd.
Yeah, and a big opportunity tonight. And it's unfortunate that the fans are unable to come inside here and watch this game because, you know, if fans were allowed, this place would be rocking.
Absolutely.
But we know they're tuned into Sports Shooting Stars tonight on Comcast Channel 18 if you're a Comcast York subscriber, or on social media, our web page on YouTube through White Rose Community Television, or Sports Shooting Stars. This past Tuesday's game, in the thousands in terms of viewership, and we thank you, the fans, for tuning in, and we're glad we can bring the game to you on this night. So get your bottled water and get some popcorn and settle in for tonight's matchup.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate. Like I said, we appreciate the sponsors. We've been very fortunate to have around 3,000 views, 2,000 views per game within 24 hours. I go back there and I check it out. It's already around 2.5, 2.8. So, I mean, that's great. That's a testament to, you know, to the student athletes that's working really hard, and also people that support the program. So we really appreciate those that, you know, follow the game and, you know, follow Sports Shooting Stars. We're located on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I mean, all social media you can think of, and also YouTube.
On YouTube, it's going to be a great time. And with that, we have some sponsors as well. We'd like to give some acknowledgement in this pregame show to some of the sponsors due for tonight's broadcast.
We have season-long sponsors. That would be Basil Insurance. Looking for home, auto, or life insurance, check out Basil Insurance. They're your one-stop shop for your home insurance needs, located on 2210 West Market Street, York, PA, 17404. Phone number 717-792-6200. Or you can email them at gbasile, GBASILE, @insuranceyork.com.
Also, let's not forget Integrity First Home Buyers, located right here in York off 2500 Kingston Road. Looking to buy, sell, or rent? Contact Integrity First Home Buyers, Southern Pennsylvania's leader in all your real estate needs. And also Prestige Motor Cars of York. They're located at 1899 Susquehanna Trail in York, Pennsylvania. Best cars for $10,000 or less. Contact Jesse Ferber at 717-781-6750.
Yeah, absolutely. And also we have Parmer's Pizza located at 1041 Haynes Road, York, and also 476 East Main Street, Dallastown. Locations are for dine-in, pickup, and delivery. Phone number 717-755-2900. Or you can reach them online at www.parmerspizzaandgrill.com. And also we have Toyota of York. That's also a representative tonight. Casey Campbell, a big part of that, you know, getting Toyota of York involved with the Sports Shooting Stars program.
No doubt, and we appreciate all our sponsors for stepping up and bringing the game to you, along with the fans that are watching in the comfort of their own home tonight. We're glad you're here, and we're going to make our way up here soon to the broadcast booth, as we have just over 4 minutes of warm-up still left here, as both teams are warming up, getting ready for really the main event matchup tonight in YAIAA action, and we're glad we can be part of it tonight with this big broadcast.
Yeah, we want to give a big shout out to everybody that's watching tonight. Like I said, you had the YouTube live feed where people can interact and give us your opinion about who you think the player of the game should be, or just to go back and forth. We like to keep it classy and clean on that site, because anybody get a little wild.
Keep it PG, right?
Yeah. We'll block you if you get too wild, which doesn't happen. So we really appreciate that. But also, Todd, on a somber note, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to one of our close friends and a huge mentor, a coach, a friend, a brother,
a father, a colleague, and a friend. The passing
a co-worker
today,
of yours.
Yeah, the passing of Lenward Wood McMillan today at the age of 51. Left us too soon due to COVID-19, and we are sending our condolences to his family and his sons, Malachi and Tyquez. We've seen Tyquez play here for the Central York Panthers, and Godspeed to he and his family, as he was really an integral part of the coaching here at Central and around York County.
Oh, York County with the York Bears, with the Yorktown Patriots. He pretty much coached the whole team, that Central team that won that won the district championship. So, he has a lot of ties. He's a staple in the York County community. I mean, you can find him anywhere supporting kids. So, York County, his family, of course, took a devastating loss. It was unexpected. And, like I said, our hearts and prayers go out to, as I call him, McMillan. And like I said, his legacy lives on, because these kids are all playing sports and they all think about him. And I guarantee you tonight, I seen posts tonight that kids say, hey, I'm going to ball out tonight for Wood. So shout out to Lenward Wood.
And a special tip of the hat to him, because he really introduced me to you several years ago, if you remember.
Right.
He mentioned you, and we kind of been on this path, on this journey. And it's been a great run with Sports Shooting Stars, and I appreciate all that he's done. Owe him a certain kinship that is there.
And that's a crazy connection, that to know that Wood introduced us together, and now it's almost 100 games later, 3 years later, and we're still rocking and rolling. So that's another testament to how his character was and the person that he is.
And very passionate about sports. You mentioned it, your youth sports, and even on the high school and professional level, very passionate. And an alumni of York High, class of '88.
Class of '88, great football club that great football team that came out of class of '88. And also, we're going to mention, we have Jarrett Young here from Seymour Good Foundation. It's an organization out of York where they reach out to younger kids. They do training. They do some studying with them. They do a little bit of everything. So check us out around the halftime. We're going to interview Jarrett Young, who's also he goes to Princeton. So he's not
Princeton Tiger. Yeah,
he's a very
Ivy
smart
leaguer.
guy, man.
Yes.
He's an Ivy League guy. So he's going to be here with us tonight.
And
so
I
go ahead
did
and
see
check
some
that
of
out.
the Central York football players are in attendance as well. And maybe during halftime or sometime we can get an interview with some of them. Recently, Jack Smith committed to Sacred Heart University out of Connecticut to play football, and maybe Bo Perbula's around. Maybe we can get an interview.
And Jay Gottinger is here also, a former NBA player. His son Greg Gottinger plays, so check him out as well.
So on that note, there's going to be player introductions. We're going to leave the court, make our way up to the broadcast booth.
Life can change quickly. At Integrity First Home Buyers, we are honored to be able to provide real solutions to real life challenges. In fact, our team of professional home buyers has helped thousands of individuals, couples, and families sell their home. Meanwhile, beautifying the neighborhood, improving property values, and bettering the community one home at a time.
For a fair cash offer on your home, call Integrity First Home Buyers today.
There you have it, sports fan. The playing of our national anthem here at Central York High School. And we're minutes away from tip-off here.
And now tonight's starting lineups. First, the visitors. Red Line Lions. Number 2, 6-foot senior guard, AJ Barada. Number 3. Number 3, a 6'6" senior forward, Devontae Dennis. Number 13, 6'3" junior guard, Ella. Number 33, 6'7" junior forward, Mason Murray. Number 34, 6-foot senior forward, Michael Archie. The head coach is Steve Schmale. Now for your Central York Panthers. Number 2, 5'10" junior, Dakota Baker. Number 2, 6-foot senior, Cole Luckendall. Number 11, a 5'11" senior, Nolan Hunt. Number 14, a 5'11" senior, Ron Brown. And number 22, a 6'5" freshman, Rick Wagner.
There we have it, sports fans, the player introductions. And we are just seconds away from tip-off here. Your starting 5 for Red Line were mentioned: A.J. Barada, Devontae Dennis, Evan Watt, Mason Uri, and Mitchell Burchett. For the Central York Panthers, your starting 5: Jacoby Baker, Cole Luckenball, Nolan Hubbs, Karan Brown, and the freshman 6'5" phenom, Greg Geidinger, on the court, ready to go with this game of the week with Sports Shooting Stars. We thank you for tuning in. It's Todd Edwards, Dew Jones. And ready for tip-off here, the freshman for Central, Greg Geidinger, matched up with Devontae Dennis. We mentioned earlier in our pregame show, Devontae Dennis, a couple scholarship opportunities in football for Central Michigan and University of Massachusetts, but it's all about basketball tonight between two of the top teams in Division I YIAA. And we're off. Central York in their white jerseys, moving left to right on the TV screen. Red Line in their black jerseys, they'll be moving right to left on your television tonight. I want to remind our fans that are watching, 8-minute quarters here in high school basketball. And there's your first points tonight with by Devontae Dennis. And there's the freshman. Keep an eye on freshman number 22 for Central, the 6'5", Greg Geidinger, the son of former NBA player Jay Geidinger, and of course the smaller brother of Gabe Geidinger, who graduated last year from Central York. Is that the free throw line? Be interesting to see, Junior. You mentioned about the matchup between Devontae Dennis and Greg Geidinger tonight on the hardwood.
Yeah, it's going to be back and forth. Devontae Dennis has a mid-range game as well. Let me pick up my mask so I can talk a little freely. And it's going to be really interesting to see how Devontae Dennis does what he does, and that's get buckets.
Also, another, for Red Line, another player to keep an eye on, number 33, 6'7". There's a steal, Karan Brown.
And Red Line's right back down on offense, and they're keeping up so far with that Central fast-paced offense they have.
Mentioned another player. You see just how tall he is from our vantage point here. Number 33 for Red Lion, junior, 6'7", Mason Uri. And he steps out for Red Lion. And in to replace Mason, number 10, Tug Wellstat.
Mason picked up some quick fouls just now, so I have to slow down a bit. That's a good foul.
And the put in. Jacoby Baker, his first points tonight.
Dennis with the ball, kick out.
Nolan Hubbs bringing the ball up court for Central, York College commit. Karan Brown for 3. In the bucket for Karan. Puts Central up right now 5-2 over Red Lion.
That's exactly what they needed to get that little bit of space that they needed. That's the second time in a row Karan Brown put his hands on the ball early on in this game.
Well, and you mentioned earlier again in our pregame show about 4 of the 5 starters in double digits for the Central York Ball Club. They can score points rather quickly, and right now they're up 5-2. Devontae Dennis for 3, in and out of the bucket. Rebound. Jacoby Baker, Nolan Hubbs bringing the ball up court. In the bucket for Nolan Hubbs.
Right now, the shooting percentage for Central York is very good. I think they only missed 1 shot so far. Devontae Dennis saves the ball.
Red Lion possession.
Red Lions ball.
Also for Red Lion, number 2, A.J. Verada, a 3-year starting point guard for the Lions. Looks as if he'll throw the ball in.
Devontae Dennis in the post.
Matched up there with
Greg Geidinger.
Greg Geidinger, yes.
That's going to be an interesting matchup. Greg Geidinger is not as thick as Devontae Dennis, but he has a lot of ability to stay with him, so that's going to be very interesting. And this is one of those games Devontae Dennis has to probably play all 32 minutes. And Devontae Dennis is not the whole team. Redline has a really good ball club that can work the ball, as you can see right there.
Right there by Tug Wellstat. Nolan Hubbs comes up short, guiding her there for the put in and gets it.
And Greg Geidinger did a great job of not bringing the ball down. He got the rebound, went right back up with it from where he got the rebound at.
Devontae Dennis matches it. There you go. And a timeout called by head coach of Red Lion, Steve Schmel.
That's an interesting timeout by the Red Lions coach, because they were going back and forth at a pretty good pace. I wonder what he saw, what he wanted to talk about at this point in time.
But right now, Central clinging to a 2-point lead, 9-7 with 4:48 to go here in the first quarter. And we thank you for tuning in tonight to Sports Shooting Stars. It's Dew Jones, Todd Edwards, Melinda Morales is here behind the camera, and from a remote location tonight, our producer, Cliff Kern, bringing the game to you this Friday night. Various media in attendance tonight for this big matchup, and of course our videographer, Cade Burnett, is here as well. Coach Steve Schmel for Red Lion in his 13th season, off to a 6-0 start, their best start for Red Lion since the 07 season. Central comes into tonight's game with a 3-0 start, led by their first-year coach, Jeff Hoke. Looks like Nolan Hubbs stepped out of bounds. And the put in.
And Greg Geidinger has a nice touch around the rim.
4 points for the freshman tonight. And we're still early, just over 4 minutes to go here, with Central up 11-7. Devontae Dennis under the net, and the easy put in for Devontae. Karan Brown with the ball. And the put in by KB.
Right now he has 5 points. Unfortunately, the shot clock is not working correctly.
A dual role for me tonight between announcing and keeping score here. I'm doing my best here.
Absolutely. And it's been a fast-paced game so far. That's exactly what we expected. Devontae Dennis is the leading scorer for Redline, as we expected.
As you said, this is kind of what we expected, and I'm sure the fans at home are enjoying it too, this up-tempo style of offense displayed tonight by both teams. Central up 13-9 over Redline.
Central's running their offense right now.
See number 13, Steve Bedeker, checked in for Central.
And that was an offensive foul called against Karan Brown, number 14.
Also number 20, Ethan Dotson, checked in for Central. Karan Brown's going to step out in to replace Karan. Number 0, Jacoby Baker.
It looks like Redline's having no problem breaking that trap.
And a put in by A.J. Verada. His first points tonight. Cool looking ball checking in for Central right now. Freshman Greg Geidinger step out. He has 4 points, the freshman.
And Cole Luckenball is also that all-county linebacker for Central York. As part of that district championship team that went all the way to the state championship.
Couple of linebackers playing on this Central York. I'm sure their coach, Coach Adam Ogle's quite happy seeing his players out here on the basketball court.
Absolutely.
Redline working the ball around. And a three-point shot by Evan Watt comes up short. Rebound
that's a
by
big-time
Central.
rebound from Jacoby Baker, the long-range specialist for Central York.
Baker gives him 4 points tonight.
And there's not a shot on the court that Jacoby does not like. He can pull from anywhere. Redline coming back. Good pass.
There's Cole Luckenball with a rebound. Jacoby Baker bringing the ball up court for Central.
And that's a space that he likes to get.
Rebound there by Mitchell Burchett for Redline. And a three-point shot in and out of the bucket for Tug.
And that gives Jacoby 3 rebounds already in the first quarter.
And the put in
by number 13, Stephen Beneker. Get back to that post.
Central York up 17-11 right now over Redline. Just under a minute and a half to go. Devontae Dennis and the put in by Devontae.
I think Devontae has about 7 to 9 points already in the first quarter. He pretty much has the bulk of Redline's points, and he's doing what he wants right now.
It gives him 8 points, according to my research tonight. 3-point shot by Nolan Hubbs in and out of the bucket. Devontae there kicks it out.
And Redline's running, and they're keeping up 100% with Central York.
And the put in there by Evan Watt, the 6'3" junior for Redline. Central holding on to a 2-point lead. Okay, Greg Geidinger back in for Central along with Karan Brown.
Got to give a lot of
stepping out along with Stephen Bedeker.
Got to give a lot of credit to Redline for breaking the trap and getting down and getting some fast points. They're not playing scared at all. They're playing aggressive, and that's what you want to see from Redline.
And Evan Watt at the free throw line. Central working their offense here. Karan Brown with the ball.
Good defense from the Redline Lions.
Redline bench trying to bring some energy to this game tonight, as there are only Central fans here. Hubbs for 3. Big time shot by Nolan Hubbs.
That's a much needed 3 that Central York needed. Redline was playing some awesome defense against Central York.
Gives Central a 5-point lead right now, 20-15, with just over 20 seconds to go in the opening quarter here from Central York High School with Sports Shooting Stars. A.J. Verrata for 3. Overshot that one, Dew.
Off the hands of Greg Gottinger.
Redline with the possession and the ball. And a turnover. Devontae Dennis. Back and forth matchup there. Central kicks it out. Keelan Stroman, another linebacker. Central York Panther football team is going to be sent to the free throw line. Fouled on that play. Keelan looking for his first points in tonight's game. Central with a 5-point lead right now. With 2 seconds to go here in the opening quarter.
And as we said before, Central York is right on pace with that 20, 25 points a quarter, but they got to work on their defense right now because Redline also has 15 points, so they wasted no time keeping up with Central so far in the first quarter.
And here we are, sports fans, at the end of the first quarter. It's Central York 20, Redline 15. Your thoughts so far, Dew, after the first quarter?
Well, my thoughts is, like, you know, it has been very competitive so far in the first quarter. They run back and forth. Redline is keeping up with Central York so far. You just wonder if that can happen all 4 quarters, but right now it's a very competitive game. And while we have this quick break, we're going to shoot to a quick commercial real fast with Integrity First Home Buyers. Oh, I'm sorry. I think we're going to do that later after this quarter. We're going to go ahead and switch to that. This got word from our IT guy that we ran that commercial early right before the game, so we'll run that again during halftime.
While we do have a break, let's mention our sponsors for tonight. Season-long sponsor, Basil Insurance. Are you looking for home, auto, or life insurance? Check out Basil Insurance. They're your one-stop shop for all your home insurance needs. Located right here in York, 2210 West Market Street in York, Pennsylvania. Also, Integrity First Home Buyers. Are you looking to sell, buy, or rent? Contact Integrity First Home Buyers, Southern Pennsylvania's leader in all your real estate needs. Also, Prestige Motor Cars of York. They're located at 1899 Susquehanna Trail here in York, Pennsylvania. The best cars for $10,000 or less. Also, Parma's Pizza. Maybe you're hungry watching tonight's game. You want to get a little call out tonight. Check out Parma's Pizza, located on Haynes Road here in York, or East Main Street in Dallastown. And we're back with action here.
And also, Toyota of York is also one of our sponsors here tonight. Our good friend Casey Campbell making that happen for us.
Devontae Dennis up and in.
And so far, Devontae Dennis has been really unstoppable when he gets the ball. He knocks down the free throw.
It's 11 points for Devontae Dennis tonight.
And he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing so far in this game.
Karan Brown matches it. How about that? Big shot by Karan Brown, Dew.
Hey, great.
Gives him 7 tonight.
Great pump fake and one dribble mid-range jump shot.
Central 22, Redline 18. We've just started the second quarter, and we thank you for tuning in tonight to the game of the week here in YIAA action.
And that's very key. To try to double team Devontae Dennis as much as possible. Number 3 for Redline. He's an unstoppable force when he gets the ball. And he can score from the mid-range or down low. And as you can see, he already has 11 points.
Central bringing the ball up court. Nolan Hubbs.
And that was great patience for number 3 for Redline, yeah. Devontae Dennis. He knew that may be a fake pass, and he stayed his ground and got that charge call. That's next level basketball right there. It's a battle of the backcourts right now. Karan Brown keeping A.J. Verrata.
The 3-year, like I mentioned, 3-year starter.
Yeah, he's very consistent. He's been playing for Central York for a long time. And that's where Devontae wants the ball at.
And a put in.
That's where he wants the ball at.
He's really starting to get on a roll here tonight, Dew. Karan Brown. Central's got to retain possession there. It looked like the ball was tipped out by Mason Uri.
Checking in the game is Jacoby Baker and also Cole Luckenball. Jacoby representing number 0 for Central York. Cole Luckenball, number 2.
And a steal by Devontae Dennis, matched up. Got a foul on that play, too.
Yeah, I don't really know where Jacoby was going with the ball. Jacoby Baker was going with the ball with that pass there, but Devontae Dennis did a great job of intercepting it and taking the ball the opposite way.
And right now, Central with a 2-point lead, 22-20 right now in the second quarter. Devontae Dennis looks like he was intending to go to the net maybe for a little slamma-jamma there. How about it?
And that was a block by number 14, Karan Brown.
Karan Brown denied him.
Denied maybe a potential dunk by Devontae Dennis. And he loves, watch it so far, Devontae loves to hit that baseline and attack.
No doubt about it. We've seen that on display here early in this game. And the put in by A.J. Verrata, that gives him 4 points tonight. And we're tied up right now between two of the top teams in YAIAA.
And it's tied up, 22-22.
Just over 6 minutes to go.
And right now, Redline has their opportunity to take their first lead of the game.
And Devontae Dennis, looks as if he's going to take a breather in to replace Devontae, number 34, Mitchell Burchett, a 6-foot senior for Redline. As A.J. Verrata steps to the free throw line. Mentioned he has 4 points tonight, looking to add to his point total.
And there it is, Todd. Redline takes the first lead of the game.
First lead right now, 23-22 Redline, who comes into this game tonight with a 6-0 record. A.J. making it look easy from the free throw line. Gives him 6 points tonight. Central bringing the ball up court. Jacoby Baker.
And now would be the time for Central York to attack with Devontae Dennis on the bench. They should try to go on a run, but A.J. Verrata, we don't have rosters up here, but A.J. Verrata is also capable of scoring points and balancing the offense. And there he is for
5:22 to go here in the second quarter. Redline 24, Central York 22. At the free throw line for Redline, number 10, Tug Wellsand, has 3 points tonight, the 5'10" junior. Make it 4. Central bringing the ball up court there by Stephen Bedecourt, number 13. Keelan Stroman with the ball. And the put in by Keelan, his first points tonight. A.J. Verrata bringing the ball up court. Central down by 1, 25-24. We're under 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter of Friday night high school basketball. And a three-point shot put up by Tug.
And that's a great job from A.J. Verrata getting the ball and keeping the play alive. And he's open for 3.
There's Mason Uri matched up under the net there with freshman Greg Geidinger. 6'7" versus 6'5". It's going to send Mason Uri to the free throw line. Second of 2 shots here for Mason. And he makes it. Gives Redline a 2-point lead with just under 4.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Central working the ball around offensively.
Good job, Keelan Stroman, staying on the boards and giving Central York another opportunity. Very impressed so far, Todd, with the way the Redline came out and played in a hostile environment, coming to Central York on their first home game and staying very competitive 100%. And that's Ethan Dotson, number 20 with the ball, one of their 3-point specialists.
Keelan Stroman matched up there with number 13, Evan Watt. There'll be a turnover. Redline take
and
possession.
I don't think we'll see that 80-some points a game in this contest here tonight, Todd.
Yeah, Central's in a battle tonight. After their first 3 games, this is really a test for them right now. With
Absolutely.
Redline Lions tonight. Redline up by 2, 26-24 with 3:53 to go. Timeout in the action. Want to remind our fans that we will be back next week for the Battle of the Roses, if you will, as Columbia will play York High next week. That'll be our next game on Sports Shooting Stars, and you can reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter and follow us for the latest updates and our latest schedule, which sometimes the schedule is subject to change. How about it, Do?
Yeah, the schedule can change at any time, especially with this COVID-19. As you said, the schedule is always up and down, but, we're going to stay consistent and have a game at least once or twice a week.
And we're back here, Devontae Dennis with the ball.
And one thing about Central as well, they're not getting any turnovers.
Dennis.
So that's giving Redline a great opportunity to keep on scoring points. And Devontae Dennis, if he keeps on going at the pace he's going now, Redline will be in good shape to win this game.
Yeah, I have him at 15 points. And
And you notice, Todd, Coach Hoke has kept Nolan Hubbs on the bench there for about the last 2 to 3 minutes, their starting point guard. Also, Cron Brown is also on the bench. That's a huge part of their backcourt.
Comes up short there for Cole Lookenball on that shot. But Redline with the possession and a 4-point lead. Their biggest in the game tonight.
And Devontae Dennis, being a senior, he's playing a lot stronger right now than Greg Gottinger, the freshman, number 22 for Central. He has to keep that ball and keep it secure when he has it.
3-point shot there, attempt by Evan Watt.
It's a good box out from Cole Luckenball. Ethan Dotson for 3. And the lid on the rim for Central York has went cold.
It has, no doubt about it. And right now they're down by 4 with under 2.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
And some of Central York starters have some foul trouble, so they are on the bench because of that.
A.J. Verada.
A.J. Verada, as we said before, has no problem scoring, a 3-year varsity player for Redline. Central right now has to rely on their offense and run the offense, not one-on-one ball.
Jacoby Baker to drive to the net. 6-point lead for Redline right now. Again, their biggest lead in tonight's game, Do. It's going to send Jacoby Baker to the free throw line. He's 4 points in tonight's game.
And Central York has only scored 4 points so far in the second quarter, so that's alarming considering how many points they scored throughout the rest of the few games they had this year. And someone asked, is Gabe and Greg related? Yes, they are brothers. I'm looking at the live chat. They asked, are they related? Yes, they are brothers.
And
their
Greg's
father, Jay,
in attendance tonight, the former NBA player.
Played for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cleveland Cavs, early 90s. And you can see where his sons get their height from. How about it, dude?
Absolutely.
Jacoby with the put in. 8 points for Jacoby. Pulls Central within 2 with just over a minute and a half to go here in the second quarter. A 3-point attempt and made by Tug Wellstand. 6 points for Tug. Red Lion 33, Central 28 with just under a minute to go.
And that's something you can't have. You can't allow Devontae Dennis to get the ball where he wants to. He had 3 opportunities that time to make a bucket. If he's getting the ball in the paint, that's something you don't want to have.
Yep.
You got to drop down and double team him and put some more pressure on him right now. If not, he's going to have almost 30 points tonight because I think right now he's at 13.
7, make that 17 points for Devontae Dennis right
Wow.
now. Halfway to 30, Odu, and well over that. And a steal, Jacoby Baker with the ball. And an easy put in. 10 points for Jacoby Baker tonight. Red Lion 35, Central 30, and it looks as if Red Lion's content to keep possession of the ball here with 5 seconds to go. And there you have it. We've arrived at halftime, sports fans, with your score, Red Lion 35, Central York 30. We've arrived at halftime, and is the game lived up to your expectations so far?
I think it has. I think the fans at home are very impressed by what's going on right now. You know, people may have thought that Central York was going to come in here, being on their home
court.
They were going to come in here and just run it up and down. But, you know, Red Lion's undefeated for a reason. They come in here ready to play. And, you know, they're putting on a great show. And we shall see what happens in the second half. But in the first half, it's all Devontae Dennis. If you allow Devontae to get the ball in the block or anywhere down on the post, I mean, that's where he wants it. And you have to deny him. Make other people beat you on this team. A.J. Verretta is doing a great job of controlling the offense and getting his guys involved. Like I said again, he's a 3-year varsity player. So, you know, he's been in these situations before. Red Line's off to one of their best starts, and since I think you said 2007.
So they're right in the middle of things right now, and with a comfortable 5-point lead right now. I want to remind our fans, don't go anywhere. I got a feeling this game could come down to the last second or last shot between 2 of the best in YIAA Division I action tonight.
Maybe we can get some scores from around the league, Todd. I'm looking at a couple scores. I know it's halftime. Just give us a second here. But also we're going to do a quick interview before we do the interview, I think we're going to go ahead and run to a commercial real fast. I know Cliff is our IT, our producer is listening from far off, from remotely. So we're going to go ahead and run to a commercial, and then we come back. When we come back, we'll go ahead and have an interview with Jared Young of SMG Foundation.
Life can change quickly. At Integrity First Home Buyers, we are honored to be able to provide real solutions to real life challenges. In fact, our team of professional home buyers has helped thousands of individuals, couples, and families sell their home. Meanwhile, beautifying the neighborhood, improving property values, and bettering the community one home at a time.
For a fair cash offer on your home, call Integrity First Home Buyers today.
SMG Seymour Good Foundation. Yes, sir. He's here representing his crew. We're going to talk a little bit with them. Todd, you can start off.
Yeah, welcome aboard of our Princeton Tiger from Princeton here to Central. Your thoughts, first of all, on the game tonight?
Yeah, great matchup of two well-coached teams, clearly. I love what I'm seeing from Devontae Dennis and AJ on the Red Lion side. Devontae's getting out in transition, scoring in the half court, scoring on the block, getting to the foul line. So love the aggression I'm seeing from them. And they're coming in here in a usually, this is the beauty of the coronavirus. It's a usually tough environment. Usually, Central Student Section would be in here rocking, but we're here in front of family and friends, so it's a little bit of a different dynamic. And Red Lions using that to their advantage up at half. But I love what I'm seeing from Jacoby Baker on the other side as well. He also puts in a lot of work, I know firsthand, and he's coming out aggressive. And Central's playing, switching up defenses. I love their new coach, his style. I'm really excited for the future here at Central as well. So it's going to come down to the wire, I think. That's what my gut's telling me. But
no doubt about it. Now you're here. Tell the viewers what you're involved in terms of what you're doing,
Absolutely.
Not just at Princeton.
Absolutely, yeah. So I run with my two other co-founders, Jaime Orr and Malik Martin, who's up at Monmouth University on the court, handling business, doing big things for us. But we run an organization called the SMG Foundation. It's called Seymour Good Foundation. That's what SMG stands for. And we teach kids basketball skills and financial literacy and life lessons. So the main way that we operate is through camps and clinics, completely free of charge, as we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So we run exclusively off of donations. We'll have like an hour-long basketball workout followed up by some kind of life conversation or financial literacy conversation. And we work with both boys and girls ages 8 to 18. So it's really awesome.
Now, Jared, when you say financial literacy, can you define that for the people that's watching tonight? Because I think that's very important to teach kids some life lessons about, how to do your finances and things like that. But you can break it down a little bit better. But I think that's great to talk to student athletes about that because they're the ones that's going to have a lot of opportunity to be different places and have a lot of opportunities. So being financially secure is very important.
Absolutely. So financial literacy is really, like I tell the kids, being smart with your money. So understanding how to put your money in, let's say, appreciating assets, things that are going to go up in value over time, understanding how to, define your wants versus your needs financially. So making sure that you're, using money wisely and kind of destigmatizing money and looking at it less from like a cost perspective, but looking at it in terms of how you can maximize your money the most. And, I think it applies a lot to basketball, and there's a lot of crossover in terms of, if you want to be financially well off, you have to do a lot of planning, you have to do a lot of sacrifice, you have to have a lot of discipline. It's the same thing as the game of basketball. So, that's basically that's the gist of the mix of what we're teaching our kids. And, no kid is too young to learn financial literacy. No kid is too young to talk about money. No kid is too young to get better at the game of basketball. It's the same thing. So that's basically the mission of our program.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, 80% you mentioned. I think 80% of money is discipline, and then the other 20 is knowledge. And whether it's kids or adults, I mean, in this world, I mean, you let your money work for you, and it's great. I mean, it's great that you're doing this and reaching out to the youth.
And could you also touch on quickly? You have something else coming up as well. You have an academy that you're working on and bringing more things to the community of York and beyond. So can you just touch on that briefly, please?
Yeah. So I'm going to be coaching a 7th grade AAU team under the York Wrens organization. And so what it's going to be is we're having tryouts this Sunday at the York JCC, 5:30 to 7 p.m. and Monday, 7:30 to 9. What we're going to be doing is just piloting our methodology. So as a part of practice, we'll have like mandatory books that the kids will have to read and come in and be quizzed on and talk about. We'll have certain principles that, apply on and off the court that we'll have the kids going over. So it will be more than just basketball with the team, and I'm looking forward to seeing what unfolds.
Now, Jared, viewers that are tuned in, where can they reach out to you and get information?
Yeah, so you can follow us at smg.foundation. You can also follow me on Facebook, Jared Young, that's my first and last name, and jared.smg on Instagram. Message me. I'm willing and ready to talk. We're coming up with scholarship funds. We sell T-shirts, we really are planning on doing it all. Got a podcast in the works.
And I may ask, how long have you been doing this? I mean, it's
that's a great question. We started off in April of 2020.
Okay.
Yep, and became a 501c3 in September.
Yeah, you guys are moving at light speed, man, real fast. You got the right people along with you. Everybody knows their role as well. So I think you guys are off to a great start. And we'll touch in a little bit more. But as far as the second half, what do you think are the keys for Central and York to win this game? Central, York, and also Redline. What are the keys to win the game?
So for Redline, I'll start off with them. One of their role players is going to have to step up. They're getting some outside shooting from, I believe, number 10 and number 13. So they're going to have to continue to hit shots. The big fella, number 33, he's also going to have to, pitch in on the offensive rebounding and use his size advantage over Central. I think that will be the keys to the game for them. For Central, it's going to be keeping the ball out of Devontae Dennis's hands. I think that's the only player that they kind of don't have an answer for. KB is doing a great job guarding him, scoring on the offensive end. So I look for him to lead in the second half, and it's going to come down to the wire. Like I said, I got to see the first couple minutes of the second half to really know which way it's going to go.
Hey, that's great assessments, man. We always say it's a tale of two halves sometimes. Sometimes teams are very close in the first half, and the second half they just pick it up tremendously. So that's a great assessment, and we really appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate Jared for coming in, and best of luck, continued success.
Yeah. Well, he'll be with us the whole game. Maybe we'll get him down on the court when we do our post-game interview.
Go.
Get him some TV time as well.
Yeah.
All right? You're here for the whole show.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
No doubt. Jared Young joining us here at halftime, and we're about ready to go here, dude. We're seconds away from the start of the second half. Again, your score, Redline 35, Central York 30.
And so far in the first half, Redline's really controlled the tempo. They kept up with Central York, and if they keep at that same pace, they have a great opportunity of winning this game. So, stay tuned for the second half because anything can happen. But I do expect Central York to come out more aggressive. I seen Coach Hoke did let some of his starters sit. Pretty much that majority of that second quarter, the starters sat. So I expect him to let his team run the whole second half, and we'll see how things end up.
Yeah, and we have started the second half. Of course, Central will be moving right to left, your TV screen, in their white uniforms. Redline will be moving left to right, the black uniforms. And we thank you for joining us here this Friday night, January 22nd, 2021, with Sports Shooting Stars.
Little baby over there got it. Looks like Central York is in a 1-3-1 zone. They're daring.
And a three-point shot made by A.J. Verada. And that's 10 points for A.J. tonight, along with the 17 points by Devontae Dennis. And the put in there by Greg Geidinger.
And when Greg wants to get to the bucket, it doesn't take him any time. He gets there freely, so do more of that. But
6 points for the freshman.
But right now, Redline's doing a great job of having ball control and no turnovers, and that's what's keeping them in the game. And as Jared said, you have to limit the opportunities that Devontae Dennis gets. If you limit those opportunities, then you can chip back into this game.
You can tell Devontae spent some time in the weight room.
He trains.
Up here.
He trains a lot with S3 Performance, who's also in the building tonight. Our good friends John Turpek, Ron Johnson. See Ron over there representing Redline.
And of course, Redline football coach. And then after that, after Ship, of course, your team, a Philadelphia Eagle.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ron also went to York Catholic too, I believe. So
yes,
he was there for a little while. So he's been traveling a little bit, a little globetrotter.
Nolan Hubbs at the free throw line, this 5'11" senior who's committed to York College of Pennsylvania to play basketball next fall. But it's all about the Central York Panthers right now for Nolan and his teammates.
Yep.
And puts one in that gives him 6 points tonight.
And Devontae Dennis is on the bench right now, so Central has an opportunity to go on a run.
Swatted away by the freshman Greg Geidinger.
seems like the crowd is starting to get into it a little bit now that Central's going on. Not so much of a run, but they're pushing the issue and getting the ball down the court.
Karan Brown with the ball. And makes it. That's Cole Luckenball.
And that's a nice three from Cole Luckenball.
His first points in tonight's game. And what a start there for Cole with a big three here. Pulls Central within two, 38-36 red line with just over 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. That was Mitchell Burchett with his points. Karan Brown's three comes up just short, and a scramble for the ball. Nolan Hubbs with it. Kicks it out to Jacoby Baker. Central moving the ball around. Nolan Hubbs with a put in.
And that's a nice dish from Karan Brown to Nolan Hubbs.
8 points for Nolan.
Now it's a two-point game. Yep. Redline's still in control, and rightfully so. Redline's about to check in Devontae Dennis, who leads all scorers with 17 points.
Interesting to see Devontae out coming off the heels of halftime. And there's Geidinger for the put in. 8 points and a timeout called by Steve Schmel of Redline. And this game's knotted up right now, 40-40 with 4:48 to go. And Central's come out hot here in this to start the second half, too.
Yeah, Central came out in the third quarter and scored some points. They only had, I think it was 30 points in the first half, which is uncharacteristic of Central. And right now they're pouring the points on and keeping up pace with Redline. But Redline is checking back in Devontae Dennis. And, you know, he has been a terror on the boards and also in the first half with points. So keep an eye on him. Central York is in a 1-3-1, and I think that's primarily for Devontae Dennis. And they're daring Redline to shoot jumpers. But Redline's doing a great job of knocking down the jumpers as well, Todd.
They are, no doubt about it. And it's a whole new ball game here, Dew, with 4:48 to go.
And we sort of expected this in the second half, you know, for, you know, Central to kind of get back on pace and get back to some of the things they like to do. And, you know, that's what we're expecting to see in the second half.
I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game: Basil Insurance, Integrity First Home Buyers, Prestige Motor Cars of York, Parma's Pizza, and Toyota of York. All sponsors for tonight's game, featuring Redline and Central on Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the game to you this Friday night. It'll be Redline's possession. Evan Watt for Redline will inbound the ball.
Now let's see if Central's press can do anything and create some turnovers, which it normally does create some turnovers. Devontae Dennis guarded against
Karan Brown.
Karan Brown did a great job getting past him.
It's going to send number 10, Tug Wellstant, to the free throw line. Seven points for Tug.
Right now, Redline is up by 1 point, 41-40.
Nolan Hubbs with a put in. Nice shot.
Great mid-range. Great mid-range shot by Nolan Hubbs. And for what it's worth, Todd, Redline's not having a problem with Central's press.
A.J. Verrata for three. $13 points for A.J. tonight. Redline 44, Central York 42 with 3:56 to go. Ethan Dotson heading to the free throw line.
And that
to
foul
tie things up here.
And that foul was on Devontae Dennis, number 3 for Redline.
And Devontae Dennis making his way to the sideline for Redline. Two for two from the free throw line there for Ethan Dotson. His first 2 points in tonight's game. Ties it up, 44-44. We're just under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter from Central York High School here in York, Pennsylvania. Redline working their ball around offensively. Nolan Hubbs with the rebound, bringing the ball up court. That's going to be short, but Karan Brown's there for the put in. 8 points for KB tonight for Central. Gives Central a 2-point lead, 46-44.
And the fans wanted an offensive foul called against Redline, which did not happen. Sometimes guards, they come up with the one hand and they use that off hand to kind of get a little bit of space.
Karan Brown with a steal. And a put in for Karan Brown.
And that's the spark that they need to get them going. Right now, Central is up 48-44.
11 points for Karan Brown tonight, too. Hit the double-digit mark.
Right now, he's averaging 15.3 so far in this season. So is Jacoby Baker and also Greg Gottinger.
Right now, Central York up by 4, 48-44 with just under 3 minutes to go. And it will be Central's ball. Turnover there for the Lions. Nolan Hubbs bringing the ball up court for Central. He's making it look easy to Karan Brown.
Nice mid-range shot. Way to create space to get that shot at the elbow.
13 points for KB. Extend Central's lead to 6, 50-44 with just over 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
And Devontae Dennis, number 3 for Redline, is ready to check into the game and help Redline out.
Redline seems to be a different team without Devontae Dennis, and there's Jacoby Baker.
Good job from
called by Redline.
Good job from Jacoby. Good job from Jacoby Baker creating space and getting that little mid-range shot inside the foul line.
12 points for Jacoby Baker. Yeah, as I mentioned before the timeout, too, it seems as if this Redline team's a different ball club without Devontae Dennis. His physical presence in there is much needed for this Redline team if they want to stay in this game.
Absolutely. Well, he's been a staple. So he's been a staple for Redline for so long that, you know, without him being in the lineup, sometimes, you know, the team can kind of not fall apart, but they may not be running on all cylinders. So it's very important to get Devontae Dennis in the game. But he's also human. He can't play all 32 minutes. He needs to take a break here and there, especially if you want to play against Central, because they want to run up and down the court.
The up-tempo style of offense that first-year coach Jeff Hoke for Central's implemented. He's come by the way of Bishop McDevitt now to Central and has Central off to a 3-0 start. A battle of undefeated teams here tonight, in our main event matchup tonight. Game of the week this Friday. It'll be Redline's possession.
And right now, Central York is doing what they want to do so far in this third quarter. He came out with some second half adjustments, and it's been very beneficial to him. What they need to keep going up is get some turnovers. But Redline needs to come back and get the ball to Devontae Dennis and push the issue.
And the put in there by Evan Watt, 6'3" junior. Mason Uri with the rebound.
And that's a tough charge taken by Greg Geidinger. Evan Watt was going full speed to the bucket. And Redline's coach is talking to the referee right now.
Not happy with that call.
He does not like that call at all.
Nolan Hubbs with the ball, and we're just under a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter.
It's like Central set up a double screen to get their guy open. Kick out the Cole Luckin ball.
Shot comes up short for KB. Ron Brown for Central. Redline with the ball. And a three-point shot in and out of the bucket for Evan Watt.
And unofficially, Jacoby Baker right now has 5 rebounds, number 0 for Central York. And that's sending him to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
And from our vantage point up here, Jacoby not exactly one of the tallest players on this Central York roster, just to let the fans at home know. And he's got 5 rebounds already.
Absolutely. He's putting himself in good position to get the rebound. He's also boxing out. Jacoby Baker, I believe, is listed at 5'8".
Playing a lot bigger than 5'8", there's no doubt about it. And right now, Jacoby with 13 points right now. Yep.
And Jacoby leads all scores right now for Central York with 14 points. Devontae Dennis for Redline, number 3. Has 17 points so far. And very interesting, Devontae Dennis has not scored yet in this third quarter, but the ball hasn't really got to him too many times. He needs to stay aggressive to keep his team in the game, and that's a nice shot. It's a beautiful play set up for number 10.
9 points for number 10, Tug Wellstan. Central York 54, Redline 49. With 15 seconds to go. And a timeout called by Central York coach Jeff Hoke. Going to think things over here with 13 seconds to go. Pretty quiet in here. You know, I'm used to coming in here. We mentioned, or Jared at halftime mentioned about how this place can really rock and roll with the Central York student section. No music being played tonight. A different feel inside the Central York Gymnasium tonight.
Yeah, that's interesting too. You know, with having limited fans, we've been to other gyms where they play music, they get people engaged. And I wonder why Central York didn't have any music. So you want to keep the student athletes, you know, hyped up and things like that. So maybe next time they have a home game, they'll have some music
too. You know, a lot of the music has a way of drawing that energy and. Cheerleaders are out in midcourt right now, entertaining the fans.
With 13 seconds to go in the third quarter, Central York is up 54-49. And again, Redline is not taking a back seat to Central York at all. They're playing very competitive. They're staying with them the whole time. And Redline's even keeping in the game without having Devontae Dennis score.
Yeah, in the third
too
quarter
much in the third quarter, right?
A 5-point lead for Central. It will be Central's possession here, coming off the timeout. And Jacoby Baker with the ball for Central. Nolan Hubbs for 3. Karan Brown there. And the put in by Karan as time expires. And
that was
what
a great
shot
rebound
by Karan Brown. 15 points for Karan. And
And
wow,
he did,
what can you say about that one, Dale?
yeah, and that could have also been an and one play possibly, but he did a great job getting the rebound and getting the ball up and having the conscience to get the ball up with that 1 second before the time expired, and that play counted.
Central certainly has momentum on their side coming out of the locker room at halftime.
And
the
that's
final 8 minutes are upon us coming up here shortly, Dale.
And that's what Central's going to need. They're going to play against tougher teams as they keep going on in the league, especially when they get to districts. But they're going to need those type of shots, those box outs, those and ones, and just the little intangibles that happen inside the game. They definitely got to do that. They can't do everything running up and down the court. But plays like that are a good sign that Central's still in the game and they can compete.
Oh, they're here, they're competing, and we mentioned about some of their opponents in the future. I mean, they're scheduled to play Reading Red Knights, no stranger to Reading Red Knights, and also Central Dauphin.
Should be a really good team with Central Dauphin. Also Bishop McDevitt. Real quick, I'm going to give a shout out to the cheerleaders.
We mentioned they're kind of the entertainment tonight. No music. It's the cheerleaders of Central York entertaining the fans and throwing some T-shirts out here. It looks like to the 100 or so fans that are allowed in.
Yes.
My understanding, each player was allowed 2 tickets per player. And
yeah, it's basically fans. The fans in the crowd right now are just pretty much parents. So you don't see too many young kids in here. We do see some of the football team, of course, but pretty much it's parents in the crowd. And parents are not really rowdy and gonna get too loud.
Yeah.
So that's probably another reason why this gym is a little quiet here tonight.
Very uncharacteristic of this gym. We've been here many a times, and the place can really get loud.
Now it's fourth quarter. This is for all the marbles.
This is
whoever goes harder is going to win this game. It's only a 7-point lead. Expect to see a lot of Devontae Dennis going hard and pushing the issue and getting his guys some buckets.
And a scramble for the ball. Jacoby Baker with the ball. Cole looking ball in. And it makes a 3, Jacoby.
That's a big-time 3 from Jacoby
Baker on fire right now, Dale.
And that gives Central York the biggest lead of the game so far at 10.
16 points for Jacoby Baker. Will be Red Lions ball out on Central. And it's never too early, really, to start thinking about maybe a player of the game, and
absolutely.
Maybe our fans can chime in as well in our final quarter with 7:14 to go.
You want the fans to go on the YouTube chat, go ahead and go on the live, and tell us who you think the player of the game should be so far in the game for each team, because anybody can win.
A.J. Verrata. And in for A.J.
The ball rolled around the rim there, and it was a bucket.
15 points for A.J. tonight.
And with Redline, the usual suspects are playing big tonight. That's A.J. Verrata and also Devontae Dennis, of course.
Jacoby setting up for 3.
And you won't see too many misses from Jacoby with that 3.
Up there on the wing was Evan Watt with the ball.
And you got to keep an eye.
Here's Devontae Dennis.
That's a late whistle on number 22, Greg Geidinger.
An 8-point lead right now for Central York, 59-51 with 6:23 to go. It's going to send Devontae Dennis to the free throw line. We mentioned it earlier, he has 17 points, so looking to add to his point total here with his first of 2 shots.
And you also got to mention, Todd, these two teams meet each other again later on in the year, so they'll have a nice taste of what to expect from each other with this game right here.
And a 3-point shot by Nolan Hubbs misses. A.J. Verrata with the ball, bringing the ball up court. Kicks it out to Devontae Dennis. There's Greg Geidinger with the rebound. 7-point lead for Central York. Under 6 minutes to go. Jacoby Baker for 3. Makes it.
Without conscious, without thinking, he gets the ball and he's going to shoot. You give him a little bit of room and he's going to light it up.
19 points for Jacoby. A 10-point lead for Central York.
And I believe that was an offensive foul call, Todd. I didn't. It wasn't clear on that from our angle.
And it will be Central's possession. Of course, the head coach for Redline not happy with that call, Steve Schmel. And just threw that ball out of bounds.
Karan Brown must have thought Jacoby Baker was 6'4" with that pass there. So far, both teams have done a great job with having not too many turnovers in the game. That was somewhat of a phantom foul, I would call. I didn't really see anything going on, but that foul was on number 22, Greg Gottinger, the freshman for Central York. Devontae Dennis with the ball.
And makes it a big three there by Tug. 12 points for Tug, for Red Lions. Tug well sent.
And Redline's doing a great job of chipping their way back into this game. An offensive foul was called against Greg Gottinger, and I think that's given him 4 fouls so far in this game. And he's their lone big man, so you don't want him out the game at this point.
You mentioned 4 fouls for the freshman. For viewers at home, it's 5 and you're out.
Right.
So he has 1 more.
And with 5 minutes to go in the game, we shall see how this plays out. Devontae Dennis can't give him any baseline.
Well, and they gave it to him, and there's 2.
And they're roaring back very fast, very easy.
20 points for Devontae Dennis now. Central York 62, Red Lion 57. Nolan Hubbs drives the... .430 to go here, Dew. Going to send Nolan Hubbs to the free throw line. Has 10 points. Nolan looking to add to his point total.
Checking back into the game is Cole Luckenball, number 2 for Central York, giving Greg Gottinger a rest. And we can't confirm that, but I'm pretty sure that Greg Gottinger has 4, possibly 3 fouls. But I know he's definitely in foul trouble at this point.
There you go, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 12 points for Nolan. Got to rest Greg for the final minute or 2, I'm sure, of this ball game.
And you want to key on Devontae Dennis. Right now, Central York is back in a man. They were playing a 1-3-1. But they're back into a man.
And a 3-point by Devontae Dennis, and gets it. Big time 3 by Devontae Dennis. 23 points for Devontae, and that pulls Redline within 4, Dew.
And Devontae has a sleepy, humble game. He doesn't really get too excited, but man, when he's out there playing and running at all cylinders, it's a nice thing to see. We got some fans chipping in, saying who they think the player of the game should be. I want to thank all the fans for tuning in tonight, watching the game, looking at the live feed right now. We also have Jaden Westshire from Littlestown. Big-time player, put up a lot of points, one of the best players in the league one of the best players in Pennsylvania right now. Jaden, if you want to let us know if you have signed yet or who you committed to, but, you know, he's playing some big-time ball, so thanks for tuning in tonight. Other people are saying Jacoby Baker, player of the game, rightfully so.
Rightfully so, yeah.
Karan Brown got a couple people saying he should be player of the game, but as we said again, Devontae Dennis has 23 points. He's putting on a show, pretty much a clinic. in this game right now with 23 points leading all scorers.
And the freshman for Central's check back in, Greg Geidinger, with 4:11 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Central holding on to a 4-point lead.
Central's being very safe with the ball right now, trying to figure out what they want to do.
Central working the ball around offensively here.
Very interesting, too. Central does a lot of around the perimeter play, around the three-point line. I see Karan Brown and Gabe Gottinger post up sometimes, but they don't really look down low initially. They will get the ball there, but they don't do that initially. They're looking for that big-time three or a slasher to the bucket.
Oh, and a missed shot by Jacoby Baker. That's A.J. Barrett with the ball, kicks it out to Tug Wellsand. And a steal there by the freshman Greg Geidinger. Karan Brown with the ball. And a nice shot there by KB.
Great job with the pull-up. Extends Central York's lead by 6 points, 66-60.
And 17 points for Karan Brown, too.
And Devontae Dennis doing what he does best.
Where he likes that ball down underneath the baseline there.
Wow, he got called for a double dribble. We couldn't see that from this viewpoint.
3:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Central York 66, Red Lions 60. Don't go anywhere, fans. This is going to be, I think, an exciting final 3 minutes here, too.
Absolutely.
Tonight's broadcast. Jacoby Baker. But there's Karan Brown with the put-in, dude.
Great job with the put-in for Karan Brown. Gives him 19 points so far in this game.
And extends Central's lead to 8, 68-60. And a three-point shot made. Big time. Tug Wellsand coming out of nowhere with that three.
And Tubbs has 3 threes so far in this game. He gets open, he knocks it down.
15 points for Tug.
They may be all three-pointers, to be honest with you. And I can guarantee you, Todd, if Devontae Dennis would have got that ball, it would have been a big-time dunk. I've seen a couple plays so far in this early in this season, him catching alley-oops and also dunking the ball.
And a foul was called on number 34, I believe it was Mitchell Burchett. It's going to send Central to the free throw line. Nolan Hubbs. He has 12 points. A 5-point lead for Central.
And Nolan Hubbs is that consistent veteran player for Central York. He does a great job.
Plays with a lot of poise.
He does. And like I said, you know, Coach Shearer last year had a lot of confidence in him. He had a whole year of having that varsity experience. And this year, with him being a senior, he's cool, calm, and collective out there on the court. Number 11, Nolan Hubbs for Central York. And again, with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go, Redline is still in the game and has their opportunities. They've been knocking down three-pointers at a fast rate. And there he is again. And right now, Central York can play a little bit of keep away and wait for an open shot. Let's see what they do. Nice pass.
To the freshman. Karan Brown there for the put-in.
And that gives him 21 points. And again, you need stuff.
2 points for Karan Brown, dude. It was Mason Uri with a put-in and a timeout called by Red Lion Steve Schmel. Your score, Central York 72, Red Lion 65. We have 1:41 to go here in regulation.
And you just wonder, without getting these, for Central York, without getting these tip-ins or these rebounds, you know, where would the offense be at this point? Because we haven't seen it on display as much as we've seen in earlier games. Redline's doing a great job of getting back on defense, so Central York cannot run like they like to. So, you know, you just wonder, without those little tip-ins and the second-chance shots, you know, where would the score be at right now in the game?
It's been an exciting matchup, back and forth, as we hope and as expected here tonight between the two best teams in YIAA Division I action here in boys.
and it's still a tight game. It's a 7-point game. There's 1 minute and 41 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. And right now, Redline's been doing a great job knocking down the three-pointers. They're well coached, so expect them to play hard and get an open shot. They're doing a great job of getting number 10 for Redline. Tug
Wellsand, not to be confused with the former Major League Baseball Tug McGraw. Tug's making a name for himself out here for Redline tonight.
And he's ready to play too, man. He's been playing a really good game, and they had some unusual suspects stepping up big time in this game.
And we're back to action here, Dew.
And the key for Central York is to try to finish this game off strong. You don't want no turnovers at all.
And there's Jacoby Baker for 3.
That's a jump ball.
Jump ball called. With 1:29 to go here.
And that's a great move, and that keeps the ball with Central.
Central possession. Give to Greg Geiter, kicks it out to Karan Brown for 3.
Greg Geiter with another rebound.
Be interesting to follow the career of the freshman Greg Geiter for Central, starting and making an impact as a freshman. Will be around here for Central for a couple more years and making his presence felt.
Absolutely. And Greg Geiter is one of those guys, when he's starting as a freshman, as a starter, you expect him to start for the next 4 years. So expect him maybe to be a 1,000-point scorer by the time it's all said and done.
And there, 9 points right now for the 6'5" freshman, the son of Jay Geidinger, the former NBA player who once played for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And no matter what, Redline's not giving up at all. I mean, they're staying right in the game, and even walking away from this game if they happen to lose. I mean, there's nothing to keep your head down about. You came into a hostile environment. You stayed up pace with a fast Central team who has all the clout and all the recognition, and you're coming in here and staying neck to neck with them pretty much the whole game.
And you mentioned it earlier. They're going to play on Redline's turf next time.
And that's going to be a little bit tough. That's going to be tough.
A game worthy of watching, no doubt about it, whether we're there broadcasting it live or being maybe part of the media to check that game out later in the season. But right now it's big matchup tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the game to you. And we want to thank our sponsors tonight, Basil Insurance, Integrity First Home Buyers, Prestige Motor Cars of York, Parma's Pizza, and Toyota of York. All sponsors for tonight's game between Redline and Central York.
Also want to give a shout out to Parma's Pizza, Darren Bonaquista. I know his son is watching tonight, Blake Bonaquista, so we really appreciate those guys that, all their support. They're big in the community. Prestige Motor Cars of York, of course, that's Jesse Ferber. He's also an AAU coach. He does very well with, with the kids and things like that. Of course, Integrity First Home Buyers with Eric Brewer. Eric Brewer is always supporting, local sports. I mean, from the Trey and Boo at Penn Park to AAU programs, he's always around supporting, student athletes. Student athletes, yes. And also can't forget Toyota of York with Casey Campbell. And really, like I said, he's always been there and really reached out to us and said, hey, how can I help? So we really appreciate that.
And we're back to action here in the fourth quarter. Just over a minute to go. Redline with the possession. A.J. Verrata for 3. Off the backboard and a scramble for the ball. Central with the ball. Nolan Hubb's going to bring the ball up court. Kicks it out to Karan Brown.
And they're playing a little bit of keep away right now.
And the clock's on Central's side.
I really like when I watch, high school players when they swing the ball. When they throw the ball and make this defense shift. I mean, that shows you that upper level thinking when it comes to the basketball game. So I'd like to see guys switch the ball and, swing the ball to different players. And you just saw that with Central York.
And it sends Greg Geidinger back to the free throw line. He has 10. Make it 11 points right now for the 6'5" freshman.
And Amir is on a live chat right now. He asked when is the Rens tryout. I believe that is sometime this weekend. So
2 for 2 there for.
You want to contact Jarrett Young on Facebook or Instagram. Jarrett Young of Seymour Good Foundation. And that's a good shot from A.J. Verrata. He's not giving up at all.
No, he's not.
Number 2, the senior for Redline.
A.J. 17 points tonight, Dew.
Yeah, it's been
Sends
some
him
high.
to the
It's been
free
some
throw
high
line.
scoring from both players on both sides of the ball. And he knocks that through, makes it a 3-point play.
Central retains possession with 48.3 seconds to go. Your score, Central York 76, Red Lions 68.
And Central York, Redline is set up in their own trap. So let's see if they can find some pockets in this.
Timeout called by Coach Jeff Hoke of Central.
And Coach Hoke doesn't want to risk any opportunity for Redline to get another play, so he wants to call a timeout before that 5-second call was called. Jacoby Baker was streaking down the court. I don't know if Karan Brown's seen that, but, you don't want to risk it because you got to put a lot of air on the ball when you throw the ball down that far, and, guys can, catch up real fast and make an interception. So it's a good job to call a timeout, maybe get a play ran, get some screens so you can get a guy open. I expect Redline to foul immediately when Central gets the ball if they don't get the steal. So it should be really interesting how this last 48 seconds go out.
As we mentioned earlier, various media are here to cover this big matchup tonight from the local media markets and, of course, Sports Shooting Stars. We're bringing the game to you with this timeout. I'd like to give more acknowledgement to our sponsors. Basil Insurance. Are you looking for home, auto, or life insurance? Check out Basil Insurance. They're your one-stop shop for all your home insurance needs. They're located on 2210 West Market Street, right here in York, Pennsylvania. Also, Integrity First Home Buyers. They're located at 2500 Kingston Road. Are you looking to sell, buy, or rent? Contact Integrity First Home Buyers, Southern Pennsylvania's leader in all your real estate needs. Also, Prestige Motor Cars of York. They're located at 1899 Susquehanna Trail in York, Pennsylvania. Best cars for $10,000 or less. Contact Jesse Ferber at 717-781-6750. And a scramble for the ball. That's Mason Uri with the bucket.
That's an untimely turnover.
A 6-point lead for Central, 76-70.
That's a quick foul, and Redline's doing a great job with their press because right now it has Central York reeling back, and they don't know, they can't find anybody open. So when it comes to speed and matchups, Redline matches up very well with Central York.
We know clearly, as you mentioned, Redline's going to match up well. Do you see any other teams in YAIAA that are going to match up with this Central, or for that matter, Redline team?
Well, I hear a lot about Dallastown. We haven't seen Dallastown yet, but Dallastown's one of those teams that you have to keep an eye out for. And that gives number 14, Karan Brown, 24 points, I believe.
24 points for Karan Brown and an 8-point lead for Central, 78-70. Mason Uri makes another basket. Devontae Dennis with the ball. A three by Devontae, comes up short. And a jump ball.
And that's a jump ball, and that's going to give Redline the ball back.
With 11.4 seconds to go, a 6-point lead for Central. Redline's possession.
We have Abdul Janae watching from former New Oxford Colonial player.
A 3-point shot made by A.J. Verada. Timeout called by Jeff Hoke.
And that's a big-time three that cuts it down to 3 points.
3 points with 0.9 seconds to go. And I think right now they're
I'm not sure
the time on the clock here right now, at least the Redline staff led by Coach Steve Schmel.
Man, I'm really impressed by Redline. I mean, they didn't give up at all. And again, we don't have the official stats, but if you look at Redline's three-point percentage, they probably shooting around 70%.
They're there. I mean, they are right here, and they're a 3-point lead for Central. It'll be interesting to see what both teams have, if you will, dialed up here.
And the leading candidates right now, even though the game is still very, very close, the leading candidates right now is Karan Brown and Jacoby Baker for player of the game. And as Abdul said, we probably will give it to both of the guys. So stay tuned if they happen to win this game for our post-game interview. And again, this game can still go to overtime depending on a quick steal. I suspect they're going to throw it in the backcourt.
They're going to throw it down court. And there you have it, sports fans. Your final: Central York 78, Red Lions 75.
Central York barely escaped. That red line offense was very much in effect tonight, and they did a great job. Like I said, Devontae Dennis, he pretty much kept the pace for red line, and also AJ Verretta, and also Tug. Yeah.
Tug Wellsant, who came out number 10, who had 15 points for Red Lion. But it was Central's night as they moved to 4-0. Red Lion picks up their first loss. They'll fall to 6-4. Still in it, by the way. These teams, as you mentioned, will play at Red Lion. And we're going to try to make our way down to the hardwood floor here for a post-game interview with a player of the game. And as fans start to file out here at Central York High School, it was an exciting game, looked forward to the big matchup. And
yeah, that was a great game. And like I said, when it comes to player of the game, it's sometimes not always about the points. We let the fans tune in and give us a little bit of feedback and input who they think it should be. And overwhelming, it has been Jacoby Baker and also Karan Brown.
Co-players of the game tonight.
Co-players of the game tonight. So, we definitely want to give them a shout out.
Looks like Jacoby Baker with 19 points. And 24 points for Karan Brown. And we want to make mention, these are unofficial stats. The scoreboard was not working here, so in between us calling the game and doing what we do here from game to game, we were also being scorekeepers, if you will.
I also want to give a quick shout out to my daughter. She's watching right now. She sent me a text. She said, good job to her little brother, Karan Brown. So she's watching Sanaya Brown, so we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And we'll go down there on the court side and talk a little bit.
Court, and I see there's some Central players down there. We can maybe make our way down there, hustle down, grab the player of the game T-shirt and maybe a face mask. Hope to get some interviews down here on the court.
Yeah, like I said, give a lot of credit to Red Line coming in a hostile environment like Central York. Even though it wasn't loud and ruckus in here like it normally is, Red Line still came in here, did a great job. I mean, the three-point percentage, they was just knocking them down left and right. Deep too. So it's very interesting to see how this team matches up again, because it could be some district playoff implications next time they play against each other, because they could have the same record.
Could have the same record. Of course, Red Line picks up their first loss tonight, but a tough team, Red Line. They'll bounce back, no doubt about it. They fall to 6-1. Central moves up to 4-0.
Hey, Boo. Hey, yo.
Finally making my way down to the court here. I hope to get a post-game interview here with the players of the game as the fans start filing out of Central York High School gym. My broadcast partner, Dude Jones, is still in the broadcast booth. I've made my way down to about half court. Again, a thrilling win by Central York tonight as they moved to 4-0. And maybe this basketball team is going to do what the football team did earlier, make their way to districts and states. They're certainly on their way. Central will play Red Lion again at their house at Red Lion, and it should be an interesting matchup. We'll be back next week. We will have York High Bearcats and Columbia, the Battle of the Roses, Red Roses and the White Roses next week. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It's Todd Edwards here at about half court, waiting for my broadcast partner to make his way down here on the hardwood floor. Red Lion will be back, I'm sure. Picked up their first loss. Nothing to lower their head about tonight in the loss. They'll bounce back and be back and part of the YAIAA Division I action taking place here this season in 2021. Dude's making his way here. Dude, do you have all the merch and all the stuff that we need to kind of make this a go?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like
you're multitasking too. I want to let viewers know you're kind of the main communicator on our social media feed with the comments and such.
The IT side, me and Cliff, going back and forth, and also with the social media. I mean, we wear many hats as well as you do too. So we really appreciate everybody tuning in, and we do what we got to do to make sure the game is good and on TV. But I also want to give a big credit to Redline coming in here. I was looking at the live feed. And I believe Robin Dennis, Devontae Dennis's mom, was on the live feed as well. And she said, great job from Redline, which they did an awesome job coming in here. Devontae came in, had 23 points. He really controlled the first half. He had a smooth second half as well. I mean, these teams are going to meet each other again, so it's going to be a good matchup. I mean, this was a 3-point game, so just expect the next time for it to be even closer.
I mentioned earlier before you joined me, no reason to lower their head. Redline will be back in it. And, of course, led by Devontae Dennis, a physical presence on this court, and we'll see more of Devontae. Again, we mentioned to our viewers earlier, has some scholarship opportunities to play football at Central Michigan and UMass, but I have a feeling he may be looking for something on the Division I level for basketball.
Yeah, he can definitely go Division I. Like I said, high Division II is something Devontae's right in his wheelhouse, so he can do whatever he really wants, as far as playing athletically at the next level. So, again, this is just one game of many that these players have to play. It's early in the season still, so they expect these guys to keep on rolling. Redline comes in and has their first loss, but it's not against a slouch team. It's against a team like Central York, who has been putting up a lot of points on teams. But tonight, Redline kind of slowed that down and showed maybe I'm not going to say some weaknesses with Central York, but showed people that maybe you can play them if you run fast with them and get up and down the court.
Yeah, and I did see Bo Perbola here with a walking boot. It looks like he won't be playing basketball, but resting up and healing for his senior season next year.
Yep, they do know that, yep.
We are waiting. We want to remind our fans that are still tuned in this Friday, we are awaiting the coach and the players of the game tonight.
I mean, it's Friday night, Todd. I mean, what do you want to do? Yeah. What's a better thing to do on a Friday night? Watch some high school sports.
You and me maybe on a Friday night here from Central York High School, and we appreciate you tuning in tonight to Sports Shooting.
We're going to get some fan participation here because I'm holding all the merchandise. Put something down for me. Put something down on the chair. I want you to hold this for me. We'll get a little fan participation. One of our neighbors, actually Coach G, that's his grandson, so he's going to come out here today and help us out a little bit.
Sorts, yeah.
Hold this for me, and when I tell you to come in, you give it to the guys, all right?
One of our youngest helpers here, Du. How about it?
Now you stay right
there. Yeah, don't be camera shy. I reminded our fans next week we'll be broadcasting York High.
Yep, it'll be York High
and Columbia
versus Columbia. Then after that, I believe it's York Suburban versus Eastern. So that should be a good game at York Suburban. So, we haven't been over to York Suburban yet this year. That's a place that we love to film at. I mean, it's a little bit smaller, but it's a good environment. We have a lot of fun there. As we always say, Matt Marshall, the athletic director, he's always nice with us, and he does a great job of keeping us in the loop and letting us film there.
And they're off to a hot start. Speaking of Division II YAIAA action, York Suburban heading in tonight undefeated as well, led by Aiden Hewley and Cam Brewer for the York Suburban Trojans. The coach must be talking up the team in the back here in the locker room, as we wait.
Well, that's the thing. This is one of their closest games they had so far. Normally, after a game, it was minimum talk, and they were right back out here. But, give the coach some time to talk to his teammates. Talk to his players and see what's going on. And as like I said, I'm looking at the live feed still. There's a lot of respect given to A.J. Verretta. He did a great job tonight. Like I said, he's
draining some threes, man.
Yeah, big-time Tubbs. He was out here lighting them up.
Yeah.
Of course, Devontae Dennis, who's the anchor of that group right there. So, we really appreciate those guys coming out and put on the show for all the people that watch. I believe last game was Central versus York High. We had over 3,000 views within 24 hours. So, And then we do these games so people can keep watching and keep being engaged and have an opportunity to watch, have some footage when they get a little older like us old guys right now.
Yeah, the film footage is from here to perpetuity. It'll always be out there, and we're going to be joined by.
And right now we do have our player of the games who was voted by the fans coming on in.
2 players of the game. Well, we're going to have the coach too, Jeff Hoke.
Yeah, we got to have the coach come out here and just talk a little bit briefly.
And again, we're going to be joined by Jacoby Baker, who had 19 points tonight, along with Karan Brown. I think you know him quite well. He had 24 points tonight.
Come on, Jacoby. You get in here first, Jacoby. Man. It's all good, man. You got the people watching, man. Thank you. I'll let you stand right here in the middle.
You're live. Would you like to say anything? You're live on television.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.
A big performance for you tonight. 19 points. Your thoughts going into tonight with the game plan?
Good job, our game plan was just come out, play strong. We knew we were going to be matched up against a good team, so I'm glad I can do what I do to help the team get a dub.
No doubt about it, and some rebounds as well. I mean, you may not have been the tallest guy out there, but you had some hops, and you're playing a lot bigger than your 5'8".
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, we both said that. Both you guys, I think Karan had 5 rebounds or 6 rebounds. You had 5 or 6 with Todd, 19 points.
19 points.
19 points here, 24 points here.
And 24 points.
That's nearly 45 points between you two guys. That's a great job out there playing. So what was the coach talking about in halftime for you guys to get back on track and to seal the deal for this win?
He was basically talking about just get back on defense, run our offense. That's the main thing that we have to do. Just slow down, don't play red line ball, play central ball. And that's what we did the second half, and that's when we picked it up. And as you see the score, we got our league, and then because we was playing central basketball.
Yeah, like I said, look really good out there, you guys. And Jacoby, your range is anywhere past the half-court line. I mean, like I said, you guys were voted player of the game because the people that was watching, we had Abdul Janae watching, we had Jaden Wilshire from Littlestown watching, some of your football fans watching, and overwhelmingly they were saying Jacoby, Karan, back and forth. So we had to award both you guys player of the game.
And
so
with that, we have some merch from Sports Shooting Stars and maybe a few other goodies.
You got the mask.
We're even joined by the coach here, Jeff Hoke. Congratulations again. Your thoughts about tonight's win, a 3-point win over a tough Red Line team, Coach?
Oh, yeah, well coached, tough team. I mean, we knew that coming in. It's going to be a tough battle, and our kids just sat down and played defense in the second half. That's really the difference. We really sat down and played great defense. Kudos to them. They knew our game plan. We got into some foul trouble. We got a little funky rotations and everything like that, but, when the shots aren't falling and they're I don't know what they shot, but they shot really, really well.
We said that.
We got to work on closing out. But I'm proud of our guys. They fought. I mean, it's the first time we've been in adversity all year. Kids didn't quit. They stuck together and played really hard and came out with a hard-fought victory.
Well, I think that's a bonus for you guys, too, to have a hard game like this early on in the season so you can get that out the way. This is the first time I've seen your tie a little loose. So I know you were a little fired up.
This guy's the best dressed coach here. I mean,
you're usually spiffy. I mean, you come out without a sweat on you.
I don't even know what I was doing on the sidelines there. I don't think it was my best coached game there. I was making it a little harder on my guys there because they did a good job of mixing up the defenses.
We said, Coach, these two guys, like I said, as far as tonight, I think Jacoby recorded about 6 rebounds. Karan had about 6 rebounds. About 40-some points between them both, too. So your backcourt was definitely an effect tonight. And, going against Red Line, they were red hot from the outside. And, you just got to expect that and maybe not to happen next time and play.
I hope not. On our court, they came out and they shot lights out. And kudos to them. They have great players and a great coach. And, that's why it was a battle. And we'll see them again, and it's going to be dangerous again. But, yeah.
In their house. Where do you go from here, Coach?
Sit down and play defense, right, guys? We got to work on our defense a lot more, and that happens. One thing you can control, we said it before the game, everybody thinks, and we are an up-tempo team, but that starts at the defensive end with pressure, and what we say is what? Intelligent pressure, right? And it wasn't as great tonight as we wanted it to be. So we work harder on defense and just keep playing our game.
And Coach, we go when we do a live chat. So towards the end of the live chat, we asked the fans, who do you think the player of the game is? So these two guys were named the player of the game. We gave Jacoby a player of the game mask and also a free pizza. And we're going to reward Karan with a player of the game shirt. If you can show that there.
And there you go. Any final comments you'd like to say to the world?
No. Love York County basketball. Thanks for the support. I love being here at Central York, and I'm just proud of the kids. Great basketball game. Thanks for covering it. Appreciate it.
Oh, we appreciate it, Coach.
We got about 4 more games, I think, on tap for Central York. So you guys will have more opportunity to get some more exposure and show off what you guys can do. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good luck. Good
Thanks
luck
a
the
lot.
rest of the way. Stay healthy, guys. Yep. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Take care. See you.
All right, man. Good job. All right, thanks, Coach. I appreciate you. Colby, good game, man.
Good game, Karan.
Yep, no
good
problem.
game. And
That's yours.
there you have it, sports fans.
See you later, man. You want some TV?
We're wrapping up another
Say hi to
exciting
Mom.
edition with one of our younger helpers there. Say hi and thank you. We thank you for tuning in tonight. It's
All right,
Todd
bud,
Edwards, Dew Jones, another fantastic basketball game tonight, won by your Central York Panthers, Dew.
Yeah, it was a great game. Like I said, the guys went back and forth. They did a great job. We really appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Like I said, we try to bring the game to you. All our games are located online on YouTube under White Rose Community Television, or you can go
Sports
to
Shooting Stars
Sports
YouTube.
Shooting Stars. This is our 3rd year of actually filming games. So we have games with, of course, we have Abdul Janae. We have
Abdul Janae.
so many players. We have also Antonio Rizzuto. It goes back that
Antonio
far.
Rizzuto,
as
yeah,
far
with
as us filming games. But tonight was all about Central York and Redline. They did a great job,
Yep.
and they finished off a great job. And thanks for everybody tuning in for the live chat, and also follow us on Sports Shooting Stars. We're looking for likes. We're looking for more followers, sponsorships,
fans.
and everything. Oh, let's go ahead and give a little tidbit to our sponsors before you head out here.
Yeah, let's. Again, we want to thank our sponsors tonight: Basil Insurance, Integrity First Home Buyers, Prestige Motor Cars of York, Parma's Pizza, and Toyota of York. All sponsors for tonight's game. As we bring the game to you this Friday night, we thank you for tuning in, and all the best this weekend. And come back next week and join us for our next broadcast featuring York High and
Columbia. Yep, and just real quick, so you guys can have a visual of the face that was talking earlier. This is Jared Young of CMG Foundation.
A Princeton Tiger.
Yep, there's some people on the line. You can look at our live chat asking us about the Wren's tryouts and stuff like that. So you have reached some people.
Yep.
And can you give them the date?
This Sunday. I don't know the exact number date. I apologize, but it's this Sunday, 5:30 to 7.
I know that only because it's my birthday.
Oh, okay, great.
Early birthday.
Yeah.
Celebrate his birthday by coming out to the York JCC across the street from York Suburban, 5:30 to 7 p.m. We also have Monday, 7:30 to 9 p.m., 7th graders. I want to see it. Let's get after it. Let's do it.
All right, man.
Do it. It's
Hey, we
Jared
really appreciate
Young.
it, man. That's
We
Jared
appreciate
Young.
you
Check him
coming
out.
in.
CMG is
Princeton
doing
Zone right here with Sports Shooting Stars. And follow him on social media, Jared Young.
CMG Foundation doing some great, amazing things. Just to add on, man, for Christmas, he showed up to, I don't know how many kids' house he showed up to. He showed up to my house and gave my son, Ryan Brown Jr., a book, and also, just had a little bit of words to give to him as well. So, that's something that...
He was spreading holiday cheer.
Absolutely.
He was like a Santa Claus.
And that's something you don't normally see, so we really appreciate that.
With your guy.
We were a collective Santa Claus.
There you go.
There was a multiple of us.
Yeah, shout out to Jaime Orr. Shout out to Malik.
Shout out to Jalen Gorham. Shout out
Martin,
to
I'm
Kyrie
sorry.
Jennerette.
Yeah.
And Kyrie Jennerette, big help. Shout out to Kent Oldweiler,
Yep.
my boy, and Angel De Jesus as well. So we all got after it on Christmas, and we're gonna see more good. We're gonna see a lot of good in the future.
Follow these guys, man. Yep.
There you go. Jared
right.
Young, it's Dew Jones, it's Todd Edwards.
We'll be back
Our
next
camera
week.
operator, Belinda Morales. We'll be back next week with Sports Shooting Stars. Have yourself a great night and weekend.
Life can change quickly. At Integrity First Home Buyers, we are honored to be able to provide real solutions to real life challenges. In fact, our team of professional home buyers has helped thousands of individuals, couples, and families sell their home. Meanwhile, beautifying the neighborhood, improving property values, and bettering the community one home at a time.
For a fair cash offer on your home, call Integrity First Home Buyers today.